Most men fail not because they're weak, but because they lack wisdom and they lack structure. And today, it stops here. Hey, my name is Earl Christian, and for this month, I am going to talk about faith for the next 30 days. I am going to be specifically using Proverbs from the Holy Bible. And I want to do this because I want to build order and structure in my life again. I want to strengthen my faith. I want to strengthen my discipline. And I am inviting all of you guys to come and join with me. I want a year with clarity. I want this next year to be and to have clarity and spiritual alignment. And this is how we begin. So the 6 domains, everything I build and I teach falls in this framework that I've built. I know you have probably heard of something like this before, but I want to be very specific with the things that I want to share. And it's faith, fatherhood, fitness, finance, frequency, and freedom. Those are the 6 domains. And faith comes first, always comes first, because it governs everything else. So think about this. If your spirit is weak, the rest of your life collapses under pressure. So you have to start with faith. And with faith, we're going to start with Proverbs. Proverbs is the manual for wisdom. It is a father speaking to his son. It is a king speaking to a future prince. And it gives us men, the framework for life, the framework for decision making, the framework for discipline, and the framework, most of all, for discernment. So before strength, before leadership, before any kind of mission that you're on, you need wisdom. And today is December 1st, 2025, the last month of the year. But also to everybody else and into the world of followers, we also know that we have to acknowledge this is Advent. And today begins that. It's a season of preparation. It's a season of coming. It's time to get quiet. It's time to block out the noise. It's time to examine your heart and prepare room for God. Prepare room for Jesus Christ. Prepare the time and the coming of Jesus Christ. So Proverbs is not only practical, but it's a spiritual preparation as well. It is a way of aligning your mind and your soul before the year ends. I wanted to bring this up because I think this is going to be hard for people who are not followers, right? So who I'm speaking to is I want to speak to other men out there and women, but I want to speak to the men out there who don't have that structure and who don't have that purpose and who have that little nudge towards going back to the church or understanding about Jesus and understanding about the life of Jesus and everything about what the Bible can provide. And so this might not be for the person that's already in it. And if you are, please join me. If you are a person that wants to stick around and read this and do Proverbs for 30 days, please join and grab your Bible. But this is for the people who don't understand it, who want to hear about the word and hear about the learnings of a king speaking to his son. I'm going to bring out my Bible, and I have 2, depending on how I want to prepare myself. I have the Dewey Rames Bible right here from the St. Benedict Press, but I also have the Holy Bible, the RSVCE version, which is the Revised Standard Version, the Catholic edition. So I'm going to be going off of this first from King Solomon, speaking to, this is the son of David, son of King David, speaking to his son. The Proverbs of Solomon, son of David, king of Israel. That men may know wisdom and instruction, understand words of insight, receive instruction in wise dealing, righteousness, justice, and equity. That prudence men be given to the simple, knowledge and discretion to the youth. The wise man also may hear and increase in learning, and the man of understanding acquire skill. To understand a proverb and a figure, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and instruction. Hear, my son, your father's instructions, and reject not your mother's teaching, for they are a fair garland for your head and penance for your neck. My son, if sinners entice you, do not consent. If they say, come with us, let us lie in wait for blood. Let us wantonly ambush the innocent. Like Sheol, let us swallow them alive and whole, like those who go down to the pit. We shall find all precious goods. We shall fill our houses with spoil. Throw in your lot among us, and we will have one purse. My son, do not walk in the way with them. Hold back your foot from their paths, for their feet run to evil. For in vain is a net spread in the sight of any bird. But these men lie in wait for their own blood. They set an ambush for their own lives. Such are the ways to all who get gain by violence. It takes away the life of its possessors. Wisdom cries aloud in the streets. In the market, she raises her voice. On the top of the wall, she cries out. At the entrance of the city gates, she speaks. How long, O simple ones, will you love being simple? How long will scoffers delight in their scoffing and fools hate knowledge? Give heed to my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my thoughts to you. I will make my words known to you. Because I have called you and refused to listen, and you have refused to listen. Have stretched out my hand and no one has heeded. And you have ignored all my counsel and would have none of my reproof. I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when panic strikes you. When panic strikes you like a storm and your calamity comes like a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you. Then they will call upon me, but I will not answer. They will seek me diligently, but will not find me, because they hated knowledge and did not fear of the Lord. Would have none of my counsel and despise of all my reproof. Therefore they shall eat the fruit of their way and be sated with their own devices. For the simple are killed by their turning away, and the complacence of fools destroys them. But he who listens to me will dwell secure and will be at ease without dread of evil. Okay, that is chapter 1 right there of Proverbs. I'm going to go through a couple things here and something that you can take away from that as well. A couple things when you first write off, understand that Solomon is, this is from King Solomon, and he is also writing it to his heirs, to his sons. Another thing that if you mentioned, or if you didn't catch it there, he looks at wisdom as a she, and he is writing it in the perspective of wisdom herself. So first off, wisdom begins with the fear of the Lord. That means reverence. It means centering your life around God and his authority, and not using your own impulses. And if you understand the story of Solomon, you're going to understand that his impulses went off the rails as well. Second, you want to reject the voices that you're hearing, especially when you go through the Bible, right? You may hear a couple things from what you learned from your friends, from family, from institutions, especially when it comes towards quick gain, when it comes to shortcuts, when it comes to easy paths to go dive yourself into. Every man, right, has a circle that tries to shape them. Your friend group, your group at work, whether it be at school, whether it be neighbors down the block, helps shape your identity. But Proverbs says something different. It says to heed into wisdom, to understand wisdom, but to understand that you get to choose your influences and you get to choose them carefully. So be careful. Proverbs is warning us, Proverbs is warning us to choose our influences correctly, because your identity flows with them. And lastly, one of the things that you can pull out from this is you look at discipline. When you look at structure and discipline is love. When God corrects you, he is not crushing you. He is forming you. He's shaping you. And a lot of men avoid that today. So if you don't have a profession that constantly shapes you, that constantly forms you, just understand that is not love. So when you think about order and structure and following it and understanding it, that is where love comes from. And this is something for your future as well. Discipline today and the love of discipline today will shape your future for tomorrow. Think of like chapter 1 is like the foundation, right? This is Proverbs is chapter 1 is like the foundation of leadership. If you understand what wisdom was saying, what she was saying, like, listen to me, I will provide for you. So as a leader must listen, and a leader obeys what is right, even when our emotions disagree. So just understand that as we go through this day by day, and as you're following me day 1 through day 30 of Proverbs, just understand that I am coming from a position where I have too much noise around me. I don't have any clarity around me, and this is that time of the year where I want to sit down and I want to put more of my efforts into the Bible and into the Word and understanding how Jesus has lived. And it starts with Solomon, and it starts with how he puts things into perspective back then, which can be applied today. So if you want to join this path with me, if you want to join this journey with me, read Proverbs chapter 1 today. Read it again. Read it and listen to the voices that you're hearing. Listen to the voices of, what discipline am I avoiding? What things have I been avoiding completely? Or what are my influences? Is it wise? Commit to these chapters with me. It's one chapter a day. It's one lesson a day. Subscribe and join this journey with me. Let's build our faith together. Today ends day 1. Today ends chapter 1. Tomorrow, we'll tackle chapter 2. All right.